get some hydration because I've realised that I'm extremely dehydrated.
Will you get me some?
I'm hoping the chat can hear us because I'm about to switch.
Hello.
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 Hear us, internet.
Can someone in the chat tell us if you get it? We can, yay!
Yay!
Hey.
Can they see us? Or is that the next step?
I'm going to go with yeah.
I can see us.
Yeah, they can see us.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I have muted.
Good eye.
So, welcome to Heavyweight Gaming. Sorry about last Tuesday. Streamlabs decided to abandon me and refuses to stream anything. So, we're on OBS for a little while. If it goes a bit weird, I'll try and fix it because I had to add all the microphones and stuff, so hopefully everything will come through as normal. Right, so let's get through all this stuff. Bam, 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 bam.
Mel's there, so you don't get my chaos this week.
Yeah, what? Oh, Mel's there.
Yeah. Mel's there, so you don't get my chaos.
I mean, oh, yeah, cool. I'm going to be playing some skip. So it sounds like a quiet corner near the fire while I do my little intro. And then I've like, oh, this is weird trying to find them. Right, let's get rid of you before I press it, you bastard. Right, there we go. Right. Social media. Jesus said you've gone at your head with the turtle wax. Is it 9 o'clock yet? Yeah.
Turtle wax.
It's extra shiny today. I mean, who? No one even mentioned TikTok.
We should all make TikToks for the heavyweight channel. Just so
there is no turtle wax command, and there will. Don't you dare, Mel. Put a turtle wax command, Biggie. I'm going to slap the beard off you. So,
sponsored by Turtle Wax.
Sponsored by Turtle Wax. Mr. Miyagi's home brand. So. We are on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter. If you go to Heavyweight Gaming, you'll be able to find us, and I'll be shouting about what we're writing, what we're playing, what we've got planned, stuff like this. So it's super cool. Go follow us there if you want. We've got a Discord channel if you want to come and join us on Discord and just talk to us, and we'll talk to you, and we'll talk geeky and nerdy and all that good stuff. Again, it's where we kind of arrange most of our games as well, so that's cool. Tinder, no biggie, you've gone too far, mate. You've gone too far. Don't put Grindr either, Eddie. So yeah, go check that out. If you want to check out the hundreds of hours of stories that we've created over the last couple of years, please go check out our YouTube. I'm very had to do it. You just had to.
I was already typing it. I literally typed it as you said it.
You could have stopped typing it.
No.
You can't even get a monkey face on the YouTube.
When you got it, you got it.
Yeah, when it's there, it's there.
Right, so I got a wonderful story today. I get home from work. My next door neighbour turns around and goes, "There's your children like fudge and toffee." It's like, this is not really out. If he turns up in a white van and puppies, I'm out. I said, yeah, we love
I'm not telling you.
To be fair, we all like toffee and fudge, mate. Like, why? He goes, hang the fire. He walks back into his house, comes out with 3 bags of the kilo bags of Quality Street and the big £5 tubs. And his family have eaten all the others except the fudge and the toffees. And they're rammed. They're absolutely rammed full. So I've got some like fudge to eat, and like we've got kilos of toffee and fudge. So if anyone wants one, tough.
That's like, that would have been the best day.
Who doesn't like fudge? What weirdos?
I know, we don't talk to them. They also give us a bouncy castle and a trampoline over the last couple of years. So whatever they want.
Ardic's saying that you're quiet, AD.
I'm
apparently.
quiet.
Yeah, you're quiet.
What about now?
The beard, you've not got the amplification of it.
Oh, is that how science works? Is it?
Yeah, that's how science works. Don't question it. Just go with it.
I mean, you're a teacher, I believe you.
Yeah. Just crack on. The kids do.
Sponsors. We are sponsored by Coyote Grey. If you go to Roll20, type in into the marketplace, type in Coyote Grey, and you'll see all the chibi token packs that they've done together. That they've done over the last couple of years. Follow the link. They're super good. I bought every single one of them, including the Cyberpunk one that I use on my Cyberpunk games. I'm a massive fan. Coyote Grey also did the character tokens on the Tuesday campaign and the cover art for the Tuesday campaign, and you'll get to see the tokens used in all the maps we use and such. So that's super cool. Roughworks Creative, Sawdust and Swear Words, incredible, stunning, fantastic people that make woodwork and leatherwork items. That Sawdust and Swear Words is they just go check. Just go to Facebook, put in Roughworks Creative and Sawdust and Swear Words on 2 different tabs. Look at all their photos, look at the stuff they do, you'll be blown away. The stuff they do is incredible. So that's nice. Sirenscape does not sponsor us. However, they do know we use them and they're very happy for us to use them, and when we're rich and famous they might sponsor us. However, they provide epic sounds for epic games. Turns out I can't get a t-shirt because it's their slogan. So, but if you are playing around a table because you are jammy people, and you want a bit of ambience created, use Sirenscape. It's super cool for your tablet, your computer, your phone, whatever it is your Bluetooth device. And you can create your little dragon fights and goblin fights and climbing up mountains and the winds in the forest and taverns. It's really cool. And if you play online like we do, you can download the web player app and they sign into your game. You play a sound, it goes through to your player's web player, and they can have it as loud or as quiet as they wish. 2-minute tabletop. Now, I will shout out Loki Battle Mats because they're amazing and they sponsor the channel wholeheartedly, and we use them on lots of other stuff. It's going to be beautiful. However, for this particular campaign, we are using 2-minute tabletop, who I believe are Australian. Eduardo used them in the past. They got super cute, cool hand sketch maps. Right, Tony, is that you? How is it you are quiet as? And then the one time you're messing with your dice and crisps and all sorts, it's loud as. But yeah, go check out 2-minute tabletop. They're super cool, fast, sketchy, really cool. I just like the aesthetic they do with their maps, so we're using them for this campaign. Bardic Inspiration, as you can see in the chat, are, good friends. On the 3rd, 4th, 5th of June, is that right? Yeah, June. The UK Games Expo. Yeah, please go check out Bardic Inspiration. The stuff they do is cool. They do like candles. I never thought to put candles in my game and just have them lit, and they create such a cool, another sensory ambience. It's really cool. But yeah, the UK Games Expo at the beginning of June. Myself and Eduardo, aka Heavy and Mr. Valentine, will be at the expo sharing a area. That's a wonderful sentence. With Bardic Inspiration. They'll be selling all their beautiful dice and candles and bags and all other things geeky, dice jails. Me and Edward will be stood there shouting really loudly about Colossus, selling bananas by the pound. So so come and check us out.
Dates and pistachios.
Dates and pistachios. Sugar dates.
Sugar dates.
He's the sugar date, I'm the pistachio. So, and we'll be there giving a shout out about Colossus and trying to talk to as many people as we can and just geek out really. And assuming all goes well, I'll be doing I put the pitch in. They haven't told me no yet, so I'm assuming it's a yes. And even if they say no, I'll probably still do it really loudly. I'm going to do a world building panel, so we'll talk about Colossus, how we went about building it, stuff like this. And yeah, that's cool. At the beginning of August in Manchester, yes, there is a GSCon. It is the 6th and 7th of August. We'll get through all these announcements. Jesus, do you remember when we used to just play fucking D&D? So we go to the GSCon. There's tickets available. They're doing a really good cause. The GSCon is raising money for mental health for gamers and the fact that they use gaming to cope with their mental health, and that circle there and getting involved with that. I talked to Matt, who is organising it all and is started off as a one-man band essentially trying to get this all set up, and it is getting blown out of the water, so it's super cool. Go check out the website. If you are planning on buying tickets, please use Emrys10 as your code. You'll get 10% off. She's one of the sponsors of the con itself. She plays in our Tuesday campaign, and she's a really chilled streamer to watch as well when she's out and about, so go give her a follow. I think. Right. Ages ago, like a year and a bit ago, right, we released Tasha's Heavier Crockpot and Bits of Bob. Super cool. Like 200 copies sold, 80 pages of absolute madness, like homebrew subclasses, 80 new spells, absolute genius, right? Fast forward to now. Arcane and his bunch of merry nerds have put together something called Frank and Kenzie's Trader's Compendium, I think it's called. It is unbelievable. It is all those things where you get a background where you're a chef or a jeweler or a carpenter that's just kind of bolted onto your character, you can go and use this Trader's Compendium and actually have those things have a mechanical effect to your character. The fact that you are a jewel crafter or such, you can do things that increase. You can create little jewels that do magical effects and stuff, because why not? You're a wizard and a jeweler. Stuff like this. So please go check it out. It's on DM's Guild. There will be a link soon. That's coming up. Go check it out. It's again rammed with lots of people, lots of nerds have come together, wrote loads of stuff. There's loads of cool artwork in there. There's some stock artwork. There's some commissioned art. It's really cool. It's a really cool book. There's a very nice heavyweight health guild in there. I think you should go check that out. You know what I mean? Heavyweight guild. You know what I mean? HWG. I like what Arcane did there. Cheeky.
I bought it an hour ago, and it's well worth it. I've read the entire thing. It's worth it for the subclasses at the end alone, because they're fantastic. But the rest of it is awesome as well.
Cool. There you go. Oh, and there's the link. What else have I got? We've got a charity stream coming up in July. I know it's a couple of months away, but we'll be shouting out about that. July, Mr. Valentine will be Dungeon Master in it. I'll be playing in it. Yes. You'll be shocked. I'll be a Goliath. Right, everything else is fine. Right, so, also, I'm writing The Warlock and the Hammer, so that'll be amazing. Right, bits. If you want to donate 200 bits to this lot, so they get a reroll. Go on, Bardic. Where's my reroll? There we go. Do you feel sorry for the adventurers? Monkey face. Donate 200 bits /cheers to give the party a reroll. They can't be used on the DM or death saving throws. They don't roll over to the following week. But there's no longer a cap. So you want to go nuts? Throw as many rerolls as this lot as you so wish. They don't get to carry them over though. So they've got to use them this week. And if Niall's about, because Bardic won't put a command in for it, then if you donate 500 bits, I'll get a reroll and use it on literally anything.
Got a reroll. Thanks, Uli.
Well done, Uli. Thank you. And Uli, thank you for the subscription, mate. I've seen it in the Greek music starting soon. So thank you very much for that. Right, is that it? Have we done? That's good. Anyone else? Oh, I'll tell you what else we got starting. Sunday, we got Vampire the Masquerade starting.
Oh yeah.
Dungeon mastered by some guy over at Dice of the Beholder. And,
Some guy. I'm right here.
Yeah.
Right here.
Did I stutter? But yeah, we'll do a shout out about that properly when we've got some stuff here. But yeah, that's going to be starting this Sunday.
This Sunday
Hopefully, yes. Cool. Indeed, we have. There we go, Biggie. There we go. Right. I shouldn't have eaten that fudge just before I'm about to do a recap.
Leave Benny Hill music while you chew
Jesus.
fudge.
Jesus. That should have been chewed more before. So, yeah, if anyone's ever swallowed a pebble. Right. You lot are in Buxy Bay. It is the Shagaloof of Etoria, the greatest nation in all of Colossus, if the Etorians say so themselves. You have not only bonded as a unify or die unit, unbreakable in combat and social encounters.
We've had combat.
Unless Remy's involved.
Yeah.
I try to give you combat. You'll start writing love letters and shit. Like, it's not my fault, alright?
Look, we give the people what they want. Right? We're going to play the roleplay version of EastEnders. So what's going to happen?
D&D TV show if it was done on CW.
Yeah,
I'm
D&D soap opera.
Every time we roll initiative, I'm going to get the EastEnders theme tune too.
Boom, 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 boom.
Trust me now, Grant is always going to win. Just saying. Right.
Eliary would.
You're in Buxy Bay. You have interacted with Alexander, who is essentially the one that actually concentrates on the leading of Ectelio's guild of entertainers and such. You've met Ectelio, lovely person. And you have met Leonidas, the halfling bartender. You've met Pelios, more recently, who allegedly was one of the performers with a group of miscreants who have been doing naughty stuff.
Undesirables.
He's a very naughty boy. They've been doing undesirable things in Viconia and Ravenholm. So much so that FaZe and Alexander of the Ectelior Guild have agreed to kind of work together and get to the bottom of this. So you guys have been doing a bit of investigating around Buxy Bay. You have tasked Remy, the long friend of... Did someone turn their camera off?
No?
Or did I put them in the wrong place? I might have put them in the wrong place.
Who am I playing?
You're Rhea. But you're now Althea. It's good.
I think we should have a session where we all play each other's characters and we've got to roleplay them.
No.
I take Rhea. I'll just stand in the corner and vibe.
Can I please sketch? Please can I be sketch?
So, you've tasked Remy with writing his feelings down on a piece of parchment for Althea, as all heroes of the world do.
Yeah, we're sorting out this tragedy and then I'm having a teenage
Romance.
moment.
But
Yeah.
This is the standard. You spoke to Pelios, all his sketch did, and using his really high persuasive skills, essentially told everyone in Buxy Bay where he's hiding. So, after speaking with Pelios, he comes across, at least, that he was unaware of the undesirables and their actions, and is currently in hiding from them. He's claimed that they're not in town. The dwarven lady Glutonius cannot be found anymore, or at least couldn't be seen when I think it was Velko Bjorn went looking. You are stood in the street, doing a really good job at staying quiet and talking amongst yourselves and whispering so no one else can hear you. It's not what my notes say. And
Gotta make it a bit easy for you sometimes.
Easy? Velko's brought a letter. A scroll was given to him from the Minotaur that essentially does a bit of door work for the old White Ram. As you opened it and gave your little P-word magic on the thing, it revealed words. Ding, 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 ding. And then just going to have it a bit more. Just so you know, chat, the music from Sunscape. Oh, hey! That was loud. It blew my face off. Woo! The town is a-thrumming. There are bards are practicing everywhere. I didn't announce in Discord that we've gone live, so if anyone wishes to do that, that would be amazing.
Mel did it ages ago.
Thank you, Mel. My queen. And when Velt comes back, I'll tell him what it says on the bit of paper. He's back. Look at that. Like he'd never left. So.
Velk is showing Bjorn, because it's Bjorn's idea, obviously, to do all of this.
Yeah, the last thing I did is I pulled him down and was like, I think you're reading it wrong.
I thought we had sketch. Yeah,
I don't know where this felt.
Sorry, sketch.
I'm just reading what I see on the screen, right?
Yeah, Eddie's gonna need more character tokens and more bloody names.
So as you look at it, Bjorn, now the words have been revealed to you by Bard on Bard Magic. You, these fudges are really nice. You see the words, when ravens wander, clouds bleed red, follow the shepherd and guard your wings. Wrote that shit myself.
What was it? Follow the shepherd.
When ravens wander, and the sky bleeds red, or clouds bleed red.
When ravens wander, clouds bleed red.
Yeah.
Follow the shepherd.
And guard your wings.
Sounds like the opening to The Warlock and the Hammer.
It also sounds like it's something you should probably write down.
I'm not writing it down. I play the fighter.
I'm gonna
I have got you.
I'm gonna read that out to the rest of the group out loud.
So
I'm just gonna immediately look at the clouds to check they're not bleeding.
Give me a perception check.
The clouds bleeding. 8.
Maybe. True.
Keep looking. Keep
it
watching.
Does look like rain.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Is it like
It means nighttime, I think. The dusk.
When the clouds are bleeding.
Could the raven reference not be to where you're from, FaZe? Raven's home?
Could well be, yes.
I think we might be reading too much into it, because when ravens wander, as the sun goes down, birds, they tend to go to sleep. And when the sun goes down, all of the clouds, they go like reddy orange. So perhaps we should look for a shepherd at the evening time and...
I think you might not be looking into it far enough.
Riddles for 4-year-olds.
Just give us something that's so basic, but we're going to overthink it for an hour.
I just
That's
threw
what I'm
Scrabble
waiting for.
tiles in the air and wrote down over there, but you lot are...
Just flick through the dictionary and pick up words. When
Sketch.
Jesus.
What?
What do you think it means?
Well, it says it right there on a piece of paper, doesn't it?
Like, you're literally asking the person that makes the least sense here what this means.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I didn't insult you, did I?
I've never seen a cloud bleed.
Don't.
So what could that be in? Like what's that? There is clearly a metaphor there. So what it could be, like you say, beyond the sunset and the reddening of the sky.
Maybe
at
it's part of a
dawn- at dusk.
performance.
Red sky at
They're
night,
bards, are they not?
shepherd's delight.
If they do a performance where there's some clouds that bleed, we follow them.
I mean,
I regret asking.
As do I.
What about the wings? Whose wings are we watching?
Who's got wings here? And then I look at Rhea.
Oh, I forgot about. I was looking at the two Asimov.
You.
Right.
You forgot
Figured
about
it
the one with actual wings.
Yeah, the one with all the time wings.
Right. Have you or have you not ever shepherded in your life?
No.
That's good, because you've got to follow the shepherd.
Just what's your wings? Do you need to fly? Do we need to fly somewhere?
They can't carry any of you.
Can we
Into a cloud of blood.
can we go back to the pub and just go ask what the hell do you mean?
Absolutely not. It's a riddle for a reason.
Oh. Maybe the wings are Ectelios.
Maybe. Or there was that person, Bjorn, wasn't
I
there, that
am
had wings on the ship?
looking. Yes, there was a dancer as part of the trip. They have a set of stolen wings. I am hoping that they will be with the trip if they turn up tonight. And Costa's vengeance will be enacted upon them.
And in the performance, the clouds will be red.
Because we killed them.
Wow. And I thought I was the aggressive one.
But
no,
it
it was
says
always Althea.
it says we have to guard our wings.
Maybe Ectelios are our wings.
Or maybe they're trying to steal the wings off Rhea.
What we're trying to
They
go.
have
that's what this is
stolen-
all about.
They have
We're
stolen
doing
wings
that.
previously. If they see-
Exactly.
They have stolen wings. Yeah, maybe they are coming to nick some wings. Maybe they're coming to nick Ectelio's wings. Maybe they
Oh,
want
yes.
ultimate bardic power.
That's not our wings. That's
Upon
our
the-
wings.
Upon the talking of stolen wings, Rhea's just going to kind of fly up onto a roof.
Guess who's getting their wings cut off?
We are not trying to steal your wings, Rhea.
Trying to protect them, in fact.
I think I'm good enough at doing that myself, as she says from like however many stories up.
How many stories up is Rhea right now?
How do you know
already?
they're not there with you right now?
How
sat
are
on
you
the
just
roof.
like it's up to Rhea?
Closest building, how tall is it? Like, I'm just flying to the top of that.
Oh, so you're not just flying up and up.
No, I'm
Oh,
literally
yeah,
just sat on the
close.
top of the roof.
Yeah,
Like,
well, there's a cluster of these buildings have been like scattered about and built in an unorganised way just to expand Buxy bit. So there's 2 floors, 3 floors, single, like just ground floor. It's entirely up to yourself.
literally the building that we're stood in front of, I just fly on top of that.
Getting closer to the clouds.
Some players
They're
are so
about to bleed
awkward.
red.
Roll a d3.
Ah,
Yeah.
No.
You can't turn around
We
and
could have
go
just picked.
the 2-floor building.
2-floor building. There we
you
go.
You fall off and land on the 1 floor. For refusing to roll dice.
Well, maybe they are faking being in this guild to try and steal Ectelio's wings. Maybe they're the wings that we have to watch because they're like
They're not
ultimate
our
wings. But Rhea's wings aren't our wings. How would they know that we're even with like Pelios has never met Rhea? Like how do they know about Rhea's wings?
He's only met you.
Right. There's things.
There we go.
There's things you got to understand
Can somebody write this down so we can work it out later after he
about
says it?
people of the bardic nature. What you don't understand is what he has seen, and that you don't know that he's seen.
You.
Did you talk about wings when you spoke with him?
I could have talked about wings.
Did you say
Did
you're
you?
there from Ectelio's guild to do stuff and stuff?
Pelios himself might have wings.
Might do, but it says watch your wings, and the note was for you.
Exactly, so I'm watching my wings, and they're sat on top of that building right there. I'm the only one here doing what I'm supposed to be doing. What are you all doing?
I'm
Watching the
her.
sky so it doesn't bleed.
It's outrageous. It's part of a performance, isn't it?
I love how literal Althea is. Fucking clouds are going to bleed.
-1 intelligence, mate.
It's all
So,
part of the show.
so Sketch, what does Bjorn think we should do next then?
Well, there's a performance going to happen, is there not?
Yes.
Very good. Nice.
Exactly.
So we go there.
Well, potentially. What does Bjorn think?
That's why I'm asking you.
Well, watching him nod.
So can I just? Sorry, Pelios has. You've had a conversation with Pelios, and then he
He
has
does
sent
not
you
have
this...
wings, just to be clear.
No, okay, but he sent you this cryptic note after having a conversation with you.
Right.
So, but he
I
knows
don't
more than he
understand.
told you.
I
This
don't
is clear by
understand
sending us a riddle.
what you can't understand about Bjorn. Just to be clear, Bjorn has had a conversation, and he has found out the information that we need to know.
Right, give me
And
a
now
perception check.
We
while
are
he's
stood in
doing
the
that.
middle of the square, not acting upon that information, which is the information you wanted to act upon in the first place.
I'm perfectly willing to do whatever Bjorn thinks we should be doing. That's why I've asked you for what he thinks.
Well, he's
Perception check was
he's
a dirty
already
20.
heading towards
Thank you.
the old tavern place. Not right now. We've got a few hours to kill. But his path is heading that way. Watch him.
I thought we were going back to the guild house
Well,
to watch that performance, then coming back here later to watch that performance.
it's part of the path, is it not?
We are not quite sure whether Glutonius has told us the truth about the troupe actually performing in Nectalia's guildhouse. So we could go there and find out, but
No, but if they weren't, they will be now because of what Sketch did. Because they're going to want to go there, because they're going to want to find.
not because they will go to the Old White Ram. Not
Yeah, Sketch was very
Nectalia's
clear.
guildhouse.
Very
no,
clear
the old white
where
rat.
Pelios was.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
So we need- we're
cryptic
following
note from Sketch.
Two lines of inquiry. The dwarf said they're performing at the guild house this afternoon, and the Pelios said no. Pelios is performing there in the evening, and they might be going to try and murder him. So we've got two places to visit to see if things happen.
Do any of us have the ability to
Put
send
that-
each other a message?
Then we've got to think about the fact that Pelios has sent this note not knowing what Bjorn has just told everybody.
I can send a message. I'm just currently trying to remember how far I can send it.
Brian was better, right? Yeah, 120 feet, I think, Ethereum.
100. I can send a message 120 feet.
Send a
Not sure
message to him
that's-
over there, and I just
think-
point to the other side of the
I
marketplace.
think the Old White Ram is possibly further away than 120 feet.
No.
I cannot quite be sure.
I
going
cast
to think
message
about
to
it.
the guy at the other side of the marketplace and says, Sketch would like a word with you.
And then
You see
I
this?
thought that can't hear that, can I?
No.
Yeah.
You ain't got a clue. But you do notice that you just randomly pointed across the market and Etheria has looked across the market, and 120 feet-ish away from you, some bloke just sorting his hair out goes... just starts nudging the person next to him. They start having a conversation and they look a little bit confused, and then the person he's having a conversation with just steps away. You can get from the gestures he's going, I'm telling the truth.
Honestly, happened.
Would I lie to you?
I just giggle and look back down at Sketch.
We are stood in the middle of a marketplace with a plan.
Surrounded by people.
In order to achieve the plan, you have to enact the plan.
I'm
let's
all in
go.
on the plan.
So what is the plan? I'm asking you out of character where you're going next.
I think it's guild house, watch performance, tavern, watch performance.
Right.
Is that right?
Maybe.
Yes.
As they start heading towards the guild house, then presumptively.
I like what you did there. I like what you did there.
Yeah.
As they start heading to the guild house.
Yeah. I'm going to hang back and I'm going to try and sneak away without anyone seeing me. I want to go back to the old White Ram.
All right. Before we do that, give me a stealth check. Rhea.
Hello.
Towards the White Ram, on the second floor, or first
The
floor.
old White Ram, or the White Ram.
The old White Ram, where Pelios
Okay.
and you all just went. From where you are, 2 floors up, and you look across, you see through the window just corridors, and you see a forming of pink and black, like a shadowed orb. See Terminator? That sort of thing. Just kind of takes the shape of a sphere on the landing, and then disappears. And you can't see anything beyond. And then you see these lot walking towards the guild house, or at least in that direction. Fairs, give me a stealth check. And this is more a, not that you are disappearing like a ninja, just the fact that you've managed to let them walk ahead and then merge into the crowd.
Yeah, that was a solid 12.
Go, 12's fine. Unless they actively look for you.
I'm waiting until I get to within what I think is range of Ectelion. And then I just want to send him a message saying, we think someone might be targeting your wings. I don't know if they're stealable or not.
I think you have to have line of sight with message.
Okay.
Don't need line of sight, just need to know
okay.
roughly where they are.
Oh, okay.
So you're just
They're in
aiming
a
it
picture.
at the guild hall, yeah.
When we're in that kind of
Yeah.
range, yeah.
So when you can hold that as a thing for when you get there. So who's doing what?
I'm just following him.
So you're going to the guild house. Althea, guild house?
Yeah.
Sketch, Velk, Steve, Ted, Betty. What are you doing? Shit, we caught him off guard. Quick, go, do something, lads.
Okay.
I will go to the guild house.
Wow. Okay, there was a lot of thought put into that. I am worried. Bjorn, what are you doing? Are you walking with your little troop?
I guess we're going to the guild house.
Cool. So, you lot ponder to the guild. As you get to the guild house, Rhea, what do you do?
Because I notice the pink and black orb, I kind of look down, see them walking off, and I'm like, but I'm guessing that I'm probably going to see FaZe not walking with them.
Not really. It's a crowd of people. You'd have to actively look and do a head count type thing. If you're just glancing, you notice your group walking away in more groups of people.
Oh no, it would be more of a I'm looking because I've seen something weird. I'm looking down. I'm like, oh wait, where have they gone? I'm
Yeah.
like,
So you do a quick head count, and you notice that they're moving that way.
Yeah.
So give me a perception check as you look for your party.
Just 24.
Yeah, you see FaZe hanging back, just Assassin's Creed in it, just stepping into a group of people that have got the same hat and completely go invisible.
Amazing.
A half robot.
Yeah, they've all got robot hats, alright?
In that case, then I'm gonna stick where I am, so I can still see view of the corridor, and kind of keep an eye on FaZe
Okay.
to figure out where they're going.
FaZe is definitely heading in the direction of the old White Ram. And the rest of the
Fantastic.
party are definitely heading towards the guild house.
Cool, I'm gonna keep an eye on that corridor then, because the only reason I should go back in is go to talk to Ectelios.
Ectelio.
Pelios.
Helios.
You're off to talk to Pelios, and you're going to send a message to Ectelio. I love
But you
Victorian
came
names.
up with
Don't
these names.
talk to me.
Okay.
So, we'll do the Old White Ram first. As you go down to the Old White Ram pits, you walk through the doors. The music is not playing because...
Miserable piece of shit. But we're all vibing.
We're totally vibing.
There's a lot of vibing in there. As you saw before, the Minotaur's in there. There are a few other folk that seem to be sailors or dock workers. That's quite. There's a little bit of music playing, but it's calmer and it's more atmosphere. You don't really see where the music is coming from, but there is the cat folk in there and Alexio at the bar.
Okay. I would like to try and walk straight upstairs, and I want to see if anyone stops me.
Go for it. As you walk in, they all people turn, see that it's someone that was in there before. You're kind of unique, so oh, it's you again. The Minotaur just looks at you. The dog looks at you. No moves. Just waits for you and watches you go. The lass behind the bar with the jet black hair, she kind of looks across curiously as to where you're going, and then goes back into the kitchen area as you go up the stairs. As you go up the stairs, there are several corridors, one in front of you and one to the right. In fact, I won't put the stream on Roll20, but I'll put you on Roll20. On, you know what I mean.
It's really good if I had it open then, wouldn't it?
Yep. Yes, it would.
I've done it. Alright, it's loading.
Cool, so... Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Cool. As you come up the stairs, you've got a couple of tables in front of you. And then to your left is the corridors and hallways that lead to the rooms.
Okay. Sketch. I was trying to get the name right, sorry. Specifically said that Pelios was crying.
Yep.
I would like to make my way along the corridors relatively quietly, listening at the doors. I want to find one where someone's crying inside.
Cool. Give me a perception check.
Don't screw me over. It didn't. Okay, that's 16. No, 18.
So, straight to your left, as you come up the stairs and turn round the banister, the first door on your right, there is not crying, but soft voices being exchanged. One of them seems in like when a young child is not really upset, they're just dealing with that emotion of losing a toy or not getting the biggest apple in the bloody Dunkin', but they're not, that sort of almost upset, like the arse end of an emotion rather than full ball, which is the most descriptive thing I've ever said in my life.
Okay.
The arse end of an emotion.
Then you said
The come down.
to come down after a good crying fit. You said there's voices. What's the other voice?
It has a softer edge to it, quite. It's got a high pitch, but it's softly spoken.
I'm gonna knock on the door.
You knock, the voices go quiet. Hello?
Room service.
Deception check.
That's 10.
10?
Yeah.
They don't do room service here.
I'm a friend of the little goblin you met earlier. I just want to talk.
You hear a sigh.
That's how I feel about him too, if that helps.
The door opens. And as the door opens, stood in front of you is Pelios, the blue skin, long, dark, purplish hair, a single horn that goes from their forehead and curls through their hair over their left ear, and they're in their greens and blue clothing. Hovering next to them is a pixie, or a fairy type creature, with long, frizzy pink hair, There is like a dark greenish mantle of fur over their shoulders. They've got a pink purple like high boots that are thick leather that would stop a blow. They've got like a brass coppery bangles on the wrists and up at the biceps and the forearms, and they have a very what would be large if it was. I mean, this is a tiny pixie, and in their hand they are holding what is a glaive, what you have seen some of the tower guards use on the walls of some of the cities in Ravenholm. These very long, like pike-like weapons, but a glaive, one a bit shorter, something that somebody could wield in combat. They have a backpack on, 2 like throwing axes, all at the size that this pixie could use, and these throwing javelin spears similar to the ones you've seen Althea use. And they look equipped for war, and their pink wings flutter like a hummingbird's behind them, and there's a like teal-esque glitter around their wings as they fly, and they just stare at you, bright pink eyes.
Hi. Sorry. Could I come in for a minute? Does seeing Pelios jog anything in my memory?
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh dear. Okay. Well, it's good. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
13? They definitely had tieflings, or what, I mean, in Toria they call them different things, and there's different names for many of the different races around the world, but tieflings in Atoria are known as soul-scorched, and they're paler. They're usually pale colours, the whites, the creams, the light blues, the light reds and stuff, and light yellows and stuff. They definitely have a familiarity. They look familiar to you, but not. It's not like bang, I've seen you before. It's just, you've seen tieflings before in Ravenholm, usually of a darker tone, but here in Atoria they're lighter tones. Pelios might just be a reminder of the tieflings back home, or what. But there is you do find them familiar. Fucking pea magic and familiar words.
I'm going to walk into Pelios's room and just close the door behind me, if they'll let me.
Yep. The pink pixie is very stoic looking at this moment in time, and is definitely in a protective sort of manner and kind of just flying around the room slowly, eyes on you, grip on the glaive. And Pelios just, would you care? And then it kind of starts realising that there is a half soul-forged, half human in front of him. And as you have witnessed so far in Atoria, people are quite fascinated by your presence.
I'm going to say, so your Pelios sketch mentioned having met you, although it was a really circuitous conversation, honestly.
Your goblin friend is very confusing.
Right? Look, I'm not here to hurt you, but
the eyebrow raises on the pink pixie.
I'm not here to hurt him.
She just nods.
Look, you were in Ravenholm.
There's a sadness across Pelios's face. Yes, I was in Ravenholm.
I was there with a class. I don't remember who was there. I was there. And I think you were there too.
He backs off a little bit. I didn't know anyone had survived.
Well, I don't look how I used to. And I just sort of gesture at the face.
Is that... It wasn't me. It wasn't me. And his tears start to roll down his eyes, and the pixie flies real close to him.
I'm not saying it was you. I'm trying to find out who it was. And I know Sketch got some information, but honestly, getting information back out of Sketch is kind of like... I don't even have a metaphor for it. It's challenging. I just wanted to come and clarify and ask if you could help.
How? If they find me, they'll just kill me. They'll tear me apart and sacrifice me like they did. And they kind of gulps.
You mean they tried to sacrifice you?
No, not try. That I mean, they would if they found me.
Why do you think that? What makes you think that they'd want to hurt you?
I don't think I was supposed to get back to Atoria. The pixie just puts their hand on Pelios's shoulder, as tiny as it is.
You from Ravenholm? I'm directing it at the pixie.
No,
Who are you? Sorry, if you don't mind me asking.
I do.
My name's Faze. You're not going to tell me, huh?
No,
Well, I can help protect Pelios.
not better than I.
Probably not, but isn't more people better? More friends?
Not in my experience, no.
Very dour outlook on life.
We've all got experiences.
I could have approached this very differently. Pelios was there when the children I was in charge of died. I came to be nice. Cordiality from you would be good too.
Good luck.
Wow.
If you want nice, speak to Pelios.
Your friend's a delight. I'll say that to Pelios.
He looks at the pixie nods at Pelios, Pelios looks back at you and just nods.
Wow, this is the most informative room I've ever been in. Pelios, if they find you, I can only help you if I know they found you. So, we're staying at Ictelio's guild.
Okay.
I don't want you to die for something you didn't do. And I'm glad someone told me you weren't involved, because if I'd been told you were, this could have gone differently, even with your guardian.
Said Guardian flutters forward. Pelios puts his hand up to stop him. They look at Pelios. Pelios looks like he's just committed a cardinal sin. Moves his hand away from the Guardian, and the Guardian backs off a little bit.
That being said, I have no intention of hurting someone innocent.
I can't claim innocence. I was with them. I could have tried to stop them, but I didn't.
If you tried to stop them, you'd be dead.
But I'd
I
have still
imagine.
tried.
Sure, but your death wouldn't have helped.
I know.
The children would still have died. I tried. I'm only alive because the Soul Forge saved me.
That's, from what I hear, quite a special thing.
It is. And it's given me a chance to enact vengeance, but justified vengeance, not against those who were involved against their will.
They're not very nice people.
Good, then I won't feel too bad about killing them. I say it with a really big smile.
Just, I mean, your goblin friend was very strange and made no sense at all, but they also didn't come across as terrifying or on the opposite side. I think in their own way they were trying to offer help as well.
I think you're probably right. They were actually quite fond of you when they came back. In as far as I could tell.
Tricks of the trade.
No, I didn't want to interrupt your day. Any lead I have to follow up. I have to try and find something. I have to find these people. And if you and your guardian have anything extra to share, anything you think of that could help, please. I'm sorry I refer to you as Pelios' guardian, by the way, directed at the ferry again. I have no idea what else to call you, and you're very angry.
Guardian is fine.
Good. Glad we've settled that. Thank you. And don't be too hard on yourself. Honestly, if you'd have gotten involved, you'd be as dead as the kids.
Thank you.
and I don't hold you accountable.
Just nods.
They were my charges. My verdict is surely worth something.
Again, just nodding, kind of uncomfortable as what words to use.
And I promise, Pelios, when I find them, they won't bother you again.
Just don't lose yourself to this. It's not. Just be careful.
I have other things in my life. I have tried not to become solely focused on vengeance, and there are elements of things I haven't even processed or dealt with. I come across as a bit cold when I talk about it, I think, because if I linger too long, I wouldn't be much use.
I can see that.
Good luck with your show tonight. We hope to come and watch.
Thank you. Just, can you keep it low key and not tell too many people? I'm kind of in hiding. I'm just... if there's a big crowd, like, that's more people that might know where I am.
Well, you know, by all accounts, you're fairly well thought of. I'm afraid my memory's not all there, I think. But, so I don't remember seeing you perform before, but your name certainly seems to be known to a lot of performers.
Yeah, now I have to run away for a bit.
Try painting yourself pink.
Yeah, you get a look from the Guardian.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with pink. All right, I'll leave you to it. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me, and for and to you for not stabbing me in the face. I appreciate that. Get myself out, and I'm going to slide out the door like that was a weird encounter.
As you slide out the door and the door closes, give me a perception check.
Yeet. Okay, second command plus what? I'll learn these eventually. 15.
15. As the door closes and you're stepping away, you hear Pelios say, I'm sorry, Queen Arano. And then you hear the Guardian say, I'm not your queen yet. And they
Do I
start
know who that
talking
is?
in hushed.
Do I have any idea?
Give me a history check.
Right, 14.
14. I mean, people have names. Maybe sounds like one you've heard before, but nothing relates to Queen Arano.
Okay. I'll try and go weird pet name. And I'm going to try and go back to the... Actually, no, I'm going to go and sit downstairs and just watch for anyone coming in. When I say I'm going to try and protect Pelios, I'm going to take that seriously. After what Sketch has done, I'm concerned for Pelios' well-being, so I'm going to stay.
Aren't we all? So,
Yes.
as you go downstairs and settle at a table, a bar,
Probably at a table, just in the corner, so I'm not too visible and obvious.
cool. As you
Despite
sit,
what I look like.
yeah. I don't want to look too obvious. RoboCop in the middle of D&D. You sit there having a drink with your whatever you order. It's probably a pint of ale. And the catfolk and Alexio come over. May we sit? Asks Mr. Cat.
Yes, absolutely.
Good. More drinks over here. And more drinks will be brought to you. And they will
There'll
just...
be ale.
I am aware. I have been here many times. And they just engage in polite conversation with yourself. Just how you're finding the weather, how you're finding, the musicians you've heard. Very small chit-chat. You get the feeling the catfolk doesn't get a lot of conversation from Alexio. And the fact that you are happy to sit with them means finally somebody to talk to.
I will happily chat about books, the weather, and good performances, all while keeping an eye out on who's coming in and out.
Cool. Raya, on the rooftop, you see through the in the hallway. You see Faze come up the stairs, turn around, go into a room. A few minutes pass. She leaves the room, pauses at the door, and then goes back down the stairs. Happens in maybe a space of 5-10 minutes. Do you do anything off the back of that? You're still chilling out on the roof. No one seems to have cared, by the way, that you flew up onto a roof.
That's nice. That I'm gonna stay up there. I'm gonna give it another 20 minutes, and if Faye still hasn't come out, I'll go into the other room.
Cool. Fizz, is your plan to stay there till performance that night?
Yeah, I think someone should be watching.
Cool. Those 20 minutes will pass. She won't have come out. If she doesn't come out, are you off into the pub?
Yes.
Cool.
Please.
So as 20 minutes pass, she hasn't come out. There's people kind of just hey, just shouting up at you and stuff as they walk past. You get a couple of drunkards, early afternoon, shouting, "Give us a songbird," and stuff like this, because you're on a roof, you've got wings and look like a bed. So feel free to stab them in their sleep, or exchange their firstborn for a changeling. But you, after 20 minutes, fly down. It's a side quest. Fly down and go into the old white round where you see Faze drinking and talking with Alexio and the catfolk person at the table and chairs where you were before. Before you get involved in that, you lot make your way back to the guild house, the great guild hall of Ectelio. You walk in. It is absolutely thrumming. So let's get the thrumming music going. Din, 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 din. And somebody burps, bastards. So there's music playing, but there's a lot of people in here now, all gathering round. You know that there's a performance happening in this early afternoon. The two ballets and the other more formal ballroom dancing sort of esque folk. You walk in. Ectelio, kind of out of your periphery, Etheria is heading up the stairs where you all, when you first came through the teleportation, and you send that message. Yep. And you are fully aware it goes nowhere.
Huh.
It goes about in the direction, because your target is Ectelio. It gets about 10 feet as you reach out, and then it's just cut. The magic is just cut.
Well, that's unexpected.
Give me an Arcana check.
Oh, that bounced off 19 to...
-6. You got a funny dice there.
Yeah. Arcana... 11.
11. Yeah, you can make your own assumptions as to why the magic was cut, but it felt defensive.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume he's got something up.
The guild hall is yours.
I'm gonna nudge whoever's closest to me and just say I've just tried one in Ectelio, but my message didn't get through.
Whoever's closest to Etheria is nudged.
Yep.
I think Ectelio is probably quite protected in their own guild house. I do not think we have to worry about them. Where is Faze and Rhea?
You look around.
If they were me and I was them,
You very well could be, Sketch. We
then I would 100% be splitting the party.
So you think they have gone to the Old White Round to look after
Well,
Pelias?
I don't think that. You thought that. You just said.
I think they have gone to the Old White Round to
That's
look after Pelias. I do.
Good
it might be good to have people in both places. I hope they're okay.
Well, that's part of the plan, is it not?
I think I can hasten our day in the guild hall. Where is Alexander?
Give me a perception check.
That's going to be a 16.
Alexander is sat at the table they were originally sat on when you first entered the hall, with all the money bags and counting them out on the scales and such.
Okay, I'm going to walk over to Alexander quickly.
As you approach, puts his hand up. Yes.
I have. You are in charge of the management, the goings on in the guild hall. Yes.
Yes.
The troop managed by Glutonius, are they performing this afternoon? Are they booked
Who
for
is
a performance?
Glutonius?
The dwarven bard, the one that we said showed us the newly minted coin of the guild. You have not heard of them?
I know most folk in the guild, and I haven't ever heard of the name Glutonius.
What about the Baconian troop leader by the name of Gunnar?
We've had a couple of Gunnars. It's a popular name in Viconia.
One that would be large, angry, and possibly bring disrepute to the guild?
The first two, there's a few of your lot that kind of get a bit rowdy when they've had a drink, but that goes for most around here, to be fair. Disrepute.
This Gunnar may be, and his troop may be the ones that we are looking for.
Well, I'll be honest with you. If it is the troop you're looking for, they're definitely not members of the guild, which is probably why I don't know them.
Do you know if a troop like this is performing this afternoon?
A troop like what?
Human Viconian, a lithe grey oak dancer.
I
The
only
troop
know
is
of
about 15 strong.
Oh, they're only 5 or 6. There's no one booked in this afternoon for 15. And he goes and checks a load of the parchment next to him. It's just the smaller ones performing on the stage.
And they are all known to you?
Ish. Looks across to where you saw the groups doing the stretch outs and stuff before and just warming up. I know at least 3 of them, of the troops. The other one, the red and gold, they may have been here before, but
And that is all of them?
for this afternoon, yeah. Most performers are here practicing for the festival. This is just sandwich entertainment, which is a Greek delicacy. The butty.
I think perhaps the Glutonius, she has lied to us. And they are not here this afternoon. And she was leading us a merry chase. Thank you, Alexander.
She was me, and I was her. That's exactly what I would do.
Thank you, Alexander. I will not subject you to my friend's supposings. We will be back with news shortly, I think. After, well, if the plan that I apparently came up with this afternoon works.
Where's Fizz?
She is slightly further ahead in my plan than we are. Thank you. We will be back with news. And I'm just going to turn and kind of gesture everyone, and I'm just going to start walking towards the door of the guild hall.
No. The
Bjorn-
purpose of the visit here was not just for that information.
What was the purpose of the visit here then?
Oh, there's a certain individual we have to speak to.
We also don't know, like, I suppose I wouldn't have heard their conversation, but we don't know, like, some of the troop could be here, like, some of the troop could be performing, and some could be doing something else. If this group is 15 people, you know, they might not all be performing together. They might have split up because they might know that they're being hunted, like.
Then we will ask them. Come. And I'm just going to wander over to the troops who are limbering up.
Now he's using his head.
Okay, you wander over to the troops that are limbering up.
I'd like just a quick word of Alexander while I'm there.
Yeah.
Just going to say, we had a note. No, it's a bit concerning. It's a bit of a riddle, but it mentioned guarding our wings. I was just wondering.
It's a short riddle.
That was just the last line, but the bit that concerns me is Ectelio's obviously famous for his wings. Has anyone ever made a move on them? Are they stealable? Are they a part of his being? Just in case it's worth warning him.
If I'm honest, nobody knows whether it's Ectelio wielding magic whether she has wings, whether they summon them during a performance, or whether he just casts an illusion.
Yeah, if it's worth warning them, but it was just a thought with this riddle. It might not be anything related at all.
I will pass on your warnings. Thank you.
I'm worried about Faze, so...
What riddle?
The full wording was, when ravens wander, clouds bleed red, follow the shepherd, guard your wings. We think it was from a friendly person, but somehow tied into all this.
You're not a bard, are you?
No.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Not very much. Persuasion... 11.
11. Alright. It's not the way I wanted this to come out, but fuck you. When ravens wander, they're a bardic entity. They're called the Wandering Ravens.
Oh.
They worship the shepherd.
Ah.
They travel. They travel. They're nomadic, is a description they've had before. Protectors. They shepherd those that need it.
I'll pass this on to the others. It's a shame we don't have our bard with us. They might understand more of this.
They might. They might indeed.
I was trained to kill things. This thing is like...
It's a bit. Alright.
Thank you, Alexander.
You're very welcome.
I'll catch up with the others and whisper this to Sketch. From my mind.
From your mind?
Yes.
Are you saying that out loud, or are you telling me that you're going
to... psychic message.
Okay.
Just
you don't say to Alexander, I'm going to talk to Sketch with my mind?
Nope.
Cool. So you send a psychic message to Velk Sketch, not Velk?
Sketch, yep.
Oh, Skelch.
Skelch? Oh, wow.
Vetches, mate.
I have COVID. I have COVID and brain fog. I'm doing my best. I tell Sketch what's just been said from my mind.
From my mind.
Yes. With my mind.
Knife out. Fucking everywhere, aren't they?
I follow it up with, it's Cytheria. I can do this thing.
Of course it is.
That's exactly, yeah, that's exactly what I'd say.
If I was them and they were me.
Right. I nudge him and just thumbs up.
Right.
Give me a history check, Volk.
$18.
Cool. Yeah, you've heard of the Wandering Ravens. They've come through Cruel quite a lot. They originated in Ravenholm. A few of them got together. They have close ties to a group called the Watchers. The Watchers are essentially free roaming patrolists of Ravenholm. They just help people along the road because obviously the forests are very deeply inhibited by Fae, and the humans and the Fae kind of don't like each other. But the Wandering Ravens themselves kind of travel a lot backwards and forwards from Ravenholm to Etoria into the south. They've stretched maybe as far as Quran, probably not much further because that's a fucking lot of land to take into account. But Cruel's a very big stop off, so you get a lot of Wandering Ravens come through. They all have a coin with a raven on it, and the other side's blank. It's a silver coin. It's kind of just there. This is our membership. And a lot of the Watchers travel with them because the Watchers get given a year to chill out, learn about things, just have a bit of freedom before they become very integrated into the Watchers. So they kind of take them on their gap year, as it were. But these bards are they're very effective. They're just as good as fighters. They're just as good as barbarians and wizards. They just wield their bardic skills in a very skilled martial way. quite the opposite to what you see in Ectelio's Guildhall. They're more metal, you know what I mean? And the shepherd is, you just know, you don't know a lot about the shepherd, you just know that's the one those that do pray to.
Cool.
Right.
Well, Velk starts stabbing everyone.
Right. That's not part of the plan right now. Let's go this way. And I follow Bjorn.
Where you going, Bjorn? Over to the dance troupe.
Yeah, first troop, red and gold.
To the red and gold. So are you going to the two ballet-esque troops, so the purple and the red and gold? Okay. So you go to the red and gold. They step forward as before. A couple of elves at the back. Ah, hello.
I'm sorry for disturbing you again, filling your preparations. But time is of the essence, and I have some questions to ask you. And I'm becoming quite agitated, as a friend of mine is currently missing, and I worry about them.
Do you need help looking for him?
No, I'm pretty sure I know probably where they are, but the longer I am away, the more agitated I feel.
Okay, so you keep talking to me instead of going.
As I'm saying this and staring at him very intently, my hand is flexing, and as it does, every time it closes into a fist, the axe appears in it.
Oh, so in
and
and
then
out.
it disappears,
Okay.
and then back again. I was wanted to ask you because you are quite well travelled, as we discussed previously. Do you know Gunnar?
I know Gunnar, yeah.
They
From
are
your way, I believe.
Yes, they are in a trip with Kotova, a grey orc, a dancer, bard of some renown and beauty, I think.
Kotova. Oh, that dice is dead to me. Yeah. I know Kotova and Gunnar. They're pretty good, to be fair. Like they have a very skilled unison about their dancing.
But you are not of their troop?
No. There's 15 of them. They're very cliquey. They don't let many folk in.
Are you aware if they are in town at all? Can I roll an insight check on the answers he's already given?
Yeah.
Okay. Insight check. Nice. Okay, that's going to be an 18.
Thus far, they've been truthful. There doesn't seem to be an attempt at deceit.
Okay. So they've said they know them, but they're not of their troop.
Yep, so they don't know them. They do know them, and they're not of their troop. And it is hard to get into the 3 bullet points that feel honest about. And again, you don't feel like there's an element of deceit in it.
That is really all I wanted to know. Thank you very much for conversing with me. And I'm going to turn immediately and walk towards the ones in purple.
Bye. As you walk towards the ones in purple, a dwarf steps forward. They've got their purple clothes that fit across their chest and shoulders and are tight down to the waist, and there is a slightly wider Dorito triangle from waist to shoulder, as their core is a lot thicker than some of the more lithe humans and such. But you can see from their warm-ups that this dwarf is the one that does a lot of the foundation work for letting the others dance on their shoulders or their hands, and they spin, and that's their kind of role. Steps forward. Their beard is super short. There's no braiding or plait. It's close to the face, but still thick enough that it covers skin. They have a thicker tash that is thicker than the rest of the beard, and you can see like gold, like flecks of paint or makeup in the moustache and around the goatee, and it kind of gives it a shimmer when they turn towards you. And their head is completely bald, and there's a single tattoo above their left eye, and it is just 2 purple dots above the left eye. Greetings.
Good afternoon. I am sorry to disturb you from your preparations for
Don't
this
be
afternoon.
sorry.
But I have some questions I would like to ask you, if that is okay.
Yes, we don't do autographs, but yes.
I wish to know if you know of a Dwarven bard or manager of a bardic troupe called Gutonius.
Inside
Perhaps
check.
the manager. Oh, nat 20.
For a total-
Grog's tankard on the grog dice.
For a total of. In fact, fuck it, it's Grog's dice. So, this is the bad guy. You see there is a visible, like, the face tightens and they poker face it as best they can. They do not like. Not the question, the name. And they.
Oh, like as soon as I mention the name, it's like
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I see that name.
I am aware of Glutonius, yes.
I do not ask this as a friend of Gutonius.
Ah, you can see that. Is your axe still like bop, 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 bop,
Yeah.
bop? Yeah.
But now, at their reaction to the name, it's just there in my hand.
Okay.
I take it also from your reaction that you are no friend of Gutonius.
They are a greedy specimen.
And what of Gunnar? Or Kortova? Part of the troop that they are with?
I did think Kotova was worth time. I discovered not. Gunnar deserves to be dead. And one of the humans in purple behind the dwarf just slap him on the shoulder. Don't speak like that. I'm sorry. Gunnar is not a nice person.
From what I have heard of their actions in Ravenholm, I definitely know someone who would agree with you.
I know nothing of Gunnar's time in Ravenholm, but
Have you seen them in Boxy Bay?
I doubt you'd see them in Buxy Bay.
Plutonius was just up the street peddling the troop about an hour ago.
Glutonius, yes. Glutonius is driven by greed. And will sap everything they can from up-and-coming entertainers. But I'm not surprised Glutonius showed their face. She cares not.
So you do not think that Gunnar or their troop would set foot in this building this afternoon to put on the show?
Maybe to show off and throw it in our faces. They earn an incredible amount for the shows they do. And are happy to politely ask other entertainers to move on when they've already been booked. Me and mine should have performed for a sultan in Portemere, but Gunnar and his troop were a little bit forceful, and one of mine got hurt. And the same lass that hit him on the shoulder. I'm fine now, though. Let it go. I'm sorry. Yes, we're past it. They're just bullies.
They are more than that, if what my friend tells me is true.
I assume you wish to use that and nudge at your axe on Gunnar. Or am I mistaken?
This is Takaisen. His axe. She was gifted to me by the Vendari Costo. This axe I will use on those who harm me and mine, and I will use to enact Costo's vengeance on those who have earned it.
You hear in
It
your
would
mind.
appear
Go on, carry on.
it would appear Gunnar and Kortova and possibly Glutonius and their ilk have earned it.
You hear in your mind as they look over their shoulder to the human lass that were telling them to give it a rest. If I see them, you will be the first, or the second, after I attempt to tell your axe.
I would appreciate it. I think perhaps we will wait here to see if they appear this afternoon. If you do not see me in the halls, and they do appear, look for me in the old white ram.
A little bit confused. Wonderful establishment.
There is perhaps a person there that they would also wish to see perform.
Who?
Pelios.
Eyebrows raised. The blue.
You, Pelios, the blue? Yes, I believe he is a blue tiefling.
There's quite a bounty on Pelios, the blue.
Do you know who posted it?
Not personally, no, but you can definitely find out.
How would I go about this? I've not taken bounties in Baxi Bay.
Go to the Warring Ram. It is a establishment for mercenaries here in Buxy Bay.
Thank you. My name is Bjorn.
Pleased to meet you, Bjorn. My friends call me Dopey.
Dompy?
Dopey.
Dopey.
Yes.
I hold up my hand and shakes
it.
It has been a pleasure meeting you, Dopey.
And you, Bjorn.
And I'm going to turn to my friends and say good luck over my shoulder.
There you go, what?
And yeah, go back to everyone else.
So, FaZe. So what are you like in the guild house doing? Are you going to watch the afternoon's performance and just leave FaZe Raya to do their thing?
I'm going to tell everyone what I've discovered first.
Yep, I got that. So over a drink you'll be doing that and sharing information.
I'm worried about FaZe. I think it's more likely we'll find what we're looking for there rather than here.
The idea was that the timings of these performances are not happening at the same time. So the performances in the guild house are happening afternoon, and Pelios isn't performing till the evening. So the plan was, I don't know, FaZe and Rhea obviously have their own stuff that they want to do, but what I had planned out in my head is that we were coming here, watching the performances, and if nothing happened here, going to the White Ram to then watch Pelios's performance, because they don't happen at the same time.
I think that would have made sense, but I think our friend's sketch might have thrown a spanner in the works.
It depends on whether I understand Sketch's plan of make Pelios into the bait, but it depends as to whether the people that are going to take that bait are going to go up to Pelios's room to take him from there, or wait till he performs and take him in the open. There is a high chance that they will go and take him from the establishment, from his room, so as to cause little fuss. But they are bards, and if they are to take the easy option when Pelios is out in the open and unprotected, because they might not know about us or, you know, what we know about them, then they may wait until Pelios is in the open and just try to cause a scene. These are all things that we haven't got answers to. There are so many variables to this. I can understand why FaZe and Rhea have stayed behind, and I'm glad they have, because that base is covered. But if you would feel it to be more even for us to split in half, then I'm not, you know, with my sort of military head on, I'm not against you going to be with them. Because there's stuff likely to happen in both places. Bjorn has just told us that this theatrical troupe could turn up here to cause a big show. I'm assuming we've had that information shared.
Yeah.
So yeah, Bjorn has just told us that this troupe could turn up here and push all the others off the stage and perform, and should that happen, Bjorn, I'm assuming, would recognise. We've all had descriptions of them, and we're going to have to take action then. So it depends on where we want, who wants to be where, depending on, all the outcomes that could happen.
I think whoever stays here is going to be much safer. The amount of people here and the skill levels involved.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
The sheer power that's in this guild house compared to that's in the tavern is very, the balance is off. It's not.
Yeah, I'd feel more comfortable taking my sword across to the ram just in case FaZe and Rhea get in trouble.
Yeah, I would think that I'd say at least 2 should stay here just to witness. If it's all very well, if something does happen here, yes, I assume a lot of people would be safer due to the skill level in this building, but also we need to see what happens. Like, we need to see if they turn up. We need to see who is here, who is in town. We need to put faces to names, and we need to witness it, even if we are going to be safer here, because we're going to be all protected with all the bards in this room.
Yeah, I don't think observation is my strong suit. I think I'm going to go see FaZe.
Okay. I'll turn to Bjorn and say, where do you want to be? Bear in mind what I said about the timings. We can watch both performances.
I am unsure. I do not know.
I'm going to stay here, and should nothing happen here by the end of the performances this afternoon, I will be running my ass over to the Ram to get there in time for Pelios's performance. And should things have already happened there, I would hope that my friends are alive there waiting to tell me about it.
Very nice.
I have been charged by Costo to retrieve the wings of a thief and bring vengeance upon them, as it has been earned. However, FaZe's vengeance is much stronger. There is greater reason to enact vengeance for her and those she has lost. I would go to the Old White Ram. Sketch.
I gesture for the door. Let's go.
I do not want to leave Althea alone.
Why?
I am sorry. You mentioned that there were 2 people.
I'll stay with Althea.
Oh, Remy, hello. You are
no.
back.
I told you there was one key person that you're all forgetting to speak to.
Remy's
How
got
we all forget about Remy.
a roll of parchment in his hand.
I immediately jump up and snatch it and just untuck it and read it like that.
Give me a dex check. I got a 5.
What?
I got a 5.
All right. Imagine if I got an 8. It's not clean by either of us.
I mean,
One of us came out on top.
Remy hands it over,
actually-
but you drop it as you take it off.
the art form of him trying to grab it and Remy trying to not let him grab it somehow ends up in Sketch's hands.
I untuck it, and whatever I read, I'm like, no. I scrunch it up, put it in my pouch, and I withdraw a little piece of paper that I've written earlier, and I will send you in a little, for whenever you deem.
Where are you sending it?
On the old little DM thing.
I don't know what that means, mate. Facebook? Discord?
On whatever this thing is, Zoom.
Zoom, right.
Whatever this thing is.
You know what I mean.
Right, Grandad.
So I've pre-prepared a piece of paper. Whatever he's written goes straight in a pouch. I pass him back that. And I'm like, there.
You can tell that Aiden's reading it.
Remy looks at it.
Just like,
And looks at Sketch. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Just like rolls it up neatly in their hand. I'll stay with Althea.
This
This is an
character was meant to be
important
so
part.
cool. Like,
I
I
know.
was meant to be like a tough fighter. This This was not a romantic.
In my defence, you were the one that started going all green-eyed.
It's true.
It's the most important part about coming here. Right, let's go. And
So-
tug on Bjorn.
You lot leave. Yep. So we're gonna have a
Yeah,
break
I'm
there.
staying here.
So Althea and Remy are going to stay in the Guild Hall of Ectelio. You lot are going to be in the Old White Ram. We'll do that bit after the break. We're going to have a quick break. During the break, you'll see a little bit of a monologue video with some cool advertising for the GS Con and signing up for the Dungeons and Dragons one-shot that I never mentioned at the beginning of the session. I just said I was going to be at GS Con. I'll be DMing a one-shot, 8 to 10 people, 4 hours long, in our very own seminar room. 100 plus people can fit in there and watch and heckle and such like this. It's going to be absolutely epic. And I'll be wingmastering the shit out of it. So it's going to be super cool. Right, so watch it, sign up, do all that good stuff, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes, 15 minutes top, because I'm going to get a brew and a piss. Right, bye-bye!
Bye-bye.
There's Battle Royale.
Right, I think we're back.
I'm gonna be fucked if it's our
Yeah, you
one-shot
don't
characters
wanna-
against Tuesdays and Mondays.
Also, you don't want a battle royale when you're level 3.
Speed us up, slow them down. Wait till we're all at like 10.
What do you do? I slap them with Mage Hand.
Yeah.
They hit you with Holy Smite and 15 attacks. So welcome back to part 2, when glory is not enough. Oh, 16 viewers, nice. Thank you for viewing and saying hello. Right, these lot. One of them, Althea, and Remy, the eternal NPC of the party, are in Ectelio's Guild Hall, and they're going to watch the afternoon's performances, entertainment, and see if there is any, disturbances in the force going on in the guild hall. Faze,
Not look at each other, just look straight on
Yeah.
the stage.
just look like opposite directions. So,
Yeah, how you been?
good. How have you been?
Good, yeah.
Cool. So, yeah. So
Yeah. Yeah.
the old white ram.
I was just going to ask that. Does Remy's new friend turn up to join the three to make it a threesome?
No.
You don't know. Althea just stands up. There's no space here. It's a 6-person table. Did I fucking start? Back the fuck off. Don't make me roll initiative on your ass.
It's taken. Yes, it is. That seat is taken.
Yes, by my sword.
Yeah, just start scouring bits of armour. And all the chairs.
Just hugging like the table. This is all taken. It's all taken.
Yeah. No room.
No room at the inn. And then Remy's like, "Oh, I'll get you a chair, you motherfucker."
No. Sit down, Remy.
Sit down. At the old white ram, Faye's Raya. Raya, as you walk in, bit of a tangent. As you walk in, folks are drinking the same light sailors are in there, and you can see that Faze is having a conversation with that's right. Is having a conversation with Alexio and the catfolk, just like that. At a table of their own, there's a few empty tankards around them. They just seem to be laughing at something.
Okay. Walk over to Faze. I'm like, so what happened?
Would you excuse me for a moment? I promise I won't be long.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Come, Alexio. Alright. Whatever. They both potter off to the bar.
And I'll gesture for Rhea to sit down.
Rhea sits.
So, I went in.
I'm there, kids. I'm there.
Cool.
I went in. I spoke to Pelios. I didn't kill Pelios. I wasn't planning to kill Pelios, despite the look on his face when I walked in the door. He has some sort of guardian fairy, and I'm going to describe the fairy to Rhea, see if it rings any bells, what with Rhea being a dark fae.
Bells?
I
Anything?
have no idea, right?
Yeah. Worth a try. Fairy was very cross with me, though. But anyway, I said I'd hang out here for the afternoon. Pelios specifically said they wanted to keep their performance low-key, and
That's fucked, isn't it?
I didn't say that. I just sort of nodded and went, well, you're very famous. And then I came back downstairs.
Okay.
So I think I'm staying here to make sure that nobody tries to sneak in and kill Pelios.
Okay.
Do you want to help?
Sure.
I think it mostly means hanging out and drinking with those two.
And those two...
They just raise their drinks.
Alexio and...
Did you ask?
Other
Because
one.
nobody else so far.
No, I didn't.
Cool.
And the other one.
Okay. Yeah. I guess.
Shall I bring him back?
Don't care.
Come back now. Sorry, thank you. Bring ale.
Yes, more drinks. Turns and orders a tray full of ale. There's about 12 ales on this massive tray as the catfolk brings it over and puts it down on the table. Alexio just sits at a stool further round.
You're Alexio. I didn't catch your name.
Finally!
Because
I've been
didn't ask
waiting
for it.
2 sessions for this. I'm Simba.
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 You loser. I also forgot that I was not muted when I left that hard. Sorry.
That's fine.
Simba. Fantastic name. I'm FaZe. This is Rhea. Rhea doesn't care.
I am aware, but I can tell.
We're both
Ray
sitting-
just sits there and she's like,
I just hand you an ale.
gonna tentatively sip it and decide that it tastes disgusting. And then sit there and go, this tastes disgusting.
I know, but there aren't many other options in here.
She's not
unfortunately.
wrong. It is disgusting, but it's cheap.
It's quite like wine.
She just kind of pushes the drink away. And then just sits there and vibes.
Simba brings out a flask and passes it to you, Fizz. You like wine, yes?
Yes. How big's the flask?
It's probably all the pint.
I will swig from the flask without checking it, making any tests or anything.
I'll be the judge of that. You, as you drink it, it is a very, very, very fruity alcoholic beverage, and is indeed wine.
Oh, that's much better. Rhea, do you want to try this one? You might find one you like.
Okay. She just kind of
I want one of everything on the top shelf.
I wanted to experience the world. If this is part of the world, I'll experience it. And she takes a big old glug.
Glug.
This is a very fruity alcoholic beverage.
Delicious. She takes another glug.
Okay, yes. Yes, you drink. I have more. I can get more.
I'm gonna carry on drinking the bad ale. Just leave Rhea with
Just
the wine.
staring at her like, $200 a pop, man.
No one said they wanted it back. Like,
While you're all sharing a beverage, some time passes, more small talk. Mainly Simba just telling tales of being on the seas and how he once pushed Alexio in and Alexio denied it, and then he goes on about a fish that he came out of the water with in his mouth and he was like, that's a lie, and they're back and forth. Etheria, Bjorn and
There we
Velk.
go.
You all enter the old white ram.
Yeah.
Dog, the massive black mastiff, nuzzles into Bjorn. Mr. Mooman looks at it.
Yeah, I scratch him.
Dog backs off.
You're very good with that dog.
Oh yeah, if as the dog
you
backs off, I step with him. I'm not letting the dog back off without strokes.
Just like reaching. Dog's kind of like walking away and like, but at the same time stretching back, just reaching out a paw. Never let go, Jack.
I've always liked dogs, but I'm not sure they like me too much. I think I'm too cold.
Warm up that fire, says Manitou. It was all of a sudden gone full Yorkshire.
It's fleeting. Yeah. Have they got any tea yet? Is it still that lousy ale?
If she tells you it's tea, it's tea.
I'll look for Fizz.
They're sat 2 tables away with the cat guy, Alexio and Rhea, who's got a silver, quite large hip flask in her hand, just like, way torpedo in it, you know what I mean?
Go join them and just sit wherever's free.
Plenty of spaces.
You guys are here.
Yeah, thought it'd be more prudent to come here.
Look, I was going to say something. I thought Sketch might try and stop me or talk at me, and I thought maybe sneaking off would be easier.
There's a point to it all, is there not?
I mean, sure, but I wasn't sure if you'd try and stop me seeing the person I came to see. And I look at Alexio and Simba and go,
Everybody is in the right place at the right time.
it's exactly as you planned it, is it not?
Well,
As I planned it, I think you will find.
Yeah, beyond planned it all.
His noggin is through the roof.
Where's Althea?
Exactly where she needs to be with a certain individual.
Althea is in the guild hall. She is watching the afternoon performances, and then perhaps, if nothing is amiss there, will join us.
You to me are everything, the sweetest song that I can sing. Now somebody get me an ale. Let's go.
There's like 12 on the table.
I literally just pass one over, and I pass one to Etheria and go, tea?
Yes, please. Thank you.
I pretend to sip it and then just put it back down on the table.
Same.
I was about to ask.
Sketch,
At
the
least.
level. The level didn't go down.
What do you mean?
When you took a swig of your, I'm going to say, orange juice. The level
Question
didn't go
which
down.
god you follow.
The Red Lady, I thought that was fairly obvious. No?
Exactly. So why bring it up like a time like this?
You follow the god of not drinking orange juice.
It's a niche religion, but yeah.
I'm just going to look a bit baffled.
Some of us can handle their ales better than others. Isn't that right, Bjorn? Yeah.
You're saying you can't.
I am
What did
not,
you just call me?
not in the mood to test that now. I think we have
Oh, I'm
more
not saying
important
you
things
suggest.
to worry about.
Exactly.
If you ask the barmaid here to do roulette, she'll give you an ale.
Roulette.
It's not about
You've
roulette.
done roulette. Beyond, was it?
A couple of
Nice.
times, yes, over in
You-
Nictelios Guild Hall.
At the guild. Madness.
Twice.
Who did you play with? Was it Leo?
Yes.
Yes, Leonidas.
what a-
I have asked to do it again, but
We said
apparently
no.
no one.
People die in the third time. This is
I
not
have
true.
done.
It's not
I have done it 3 times.
And you didn't die, so I'm lying.
Not
You-
yet.
And your friend here is holding up 2 fingers. In the desert, 2 fingers means the number 2, not 3.
I have done it 3 times.
Have you? Are you
Have I
sure?
not?
No, there was the one that gave you really, really fast movement. There
That
was
was
the
the last
one
one?
where
That
you
made me high.
hallucinated wildly and kept
Maybe one of
stroking
you-
my head.
Oh, it is
Yeah.
only the twice. Yes,
Maybe one of your hallucinations was another game of roulette.
possibly. Are our new friends trustworthy, Face?
Oh, I have absolutely no idea, but they're good company. This is Alexio and
Of
Silva.
course, I am. Alexio, not so much.
I have some information that we have.
You know, as much as I want to trust you two, we have just met. This is information of a sensitive nature. If you could excuse...
Oh no,
the-
stay, and I'll relay it all cyclically to FaZe.
Like Simba and
That
Alexio are
was-
like half moving. You just
Yeah, sat there like
Fairs,
that.
you just get this information. Yeah, any.
I see.
See the Matrix.
Yep. It does come in useful.
Noted. We're not crazy, I promise. Etheria sent me a message. I'm not hallucinating. I haven't done roulette.
Okay. Nobody asked, but thank you for that explanation.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's fine. So, and while you lot go on.
What is Rhea drinking? Is it better than this tea?
Yes, yes, it is. It is a fine wine from the northern coasts of Revenant.
Did you mean for her to drink it all?
Not initially, but look how happy it makes her. So it's fine. You don't get that many folk vibing like this in the old White Ram.
I've never seen anyone vibe like Rhea.
She is the viber. Let's not go there. What an accent to say that way. Oh, thank you. Beb did it.
Ooh, thank you.
So we will wait.
Yeah.
Can I reply to a message? Maybe.
You can reply.
Yeah? Do you reply out loud or is it in your head message?
I believe it's in your head.
It comes straight to me in my head.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, it's a bit late now. Anyway, it's fine. Next time I'll remember. I'll keep it in mind.
So back in Coronation Street, you get Grant, Phil, and Peggy shouting.
Bloody Emmerdale.
Emmerdale's probably more accurate.
No, we're teenagers. It's just skins. This is like season 1 skins.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Gonna make some toast.
Did you? Are you happy with the situation here? Coming back early and
Who are you asking, and is this in your mind?
it's yeah, in my message, yeah.
Okay.
And you can reply to my messages as long as they're short.
You can reply to the message. Fine. Okay. Then I will go, yes, it was good, I think. Pelios has a guardian friend, pink fairy person. Now. I think they're okay, but I don't want them to die.
Good. This person sounds awesome. Pink is obviously the best colour.
Yeah.
Say that out loud. Just apropos of nothing. Just
Yeah, that
pink's
does
best
slip
colour.
out. Yeah.
We got a raid, kids.
Raid!
Raid! Yeah.
Ice and Dice.
Wow.
Thank you for the raid. Hello,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yavin. Hello, Matster. I'm gonna miss all these. I got a little Zakora. Oh, Zakora Soulstone. That's pretty badass. Thank you, Gravebane.
Yes, thank you.
Welcome. You'll be shocked. We're playing D&D. I've been to nerds.
Scarily enough, we're
Nice
also
one,
just
Emrys.
like vibing.
Oh, it's Emrys.
Hey-o. Right.
You did bring nerds. A lot of
Lovely.
them. Anyway,
Not a lot.
story. Let's go.
Ice Reed. You were saying Etheria. Get that backstory out. Go.
Pink!
Pink.
Pink.
Best colour.
Best
Yeah,
colour?
it's the best colour.
Well, you're pink. Is that why?
Kind of helps. Always been fond.
Kind of more of a purple person, and I gesture to the amethyst in my head.
Yeah, I need to get used to mine now, I guess. My actual amethyst eyeball.
I want to touch it.
Go on.
Does it hurt like a normal eyeball if I touch the side of the eye?
To you, it feels like you're touching stone. Etheria, you don't feel a thing.
Can't feel
Ooh.
Can't feel it.
I try poking the middle.
It still feels like a stone.
If I close one eye, can I see out of it?
Yes. As
It
clear
works,
as,
but I
clear
can't
as
feel
you
it.
can with your other eye.
Interesting.
Simba,
I just-
Simba nudges beyond. Do they always just stare at each other like this? It's gravy time.
This is sometimes shared with other people, not just Fizz. It is.
It's gravy time. I need to change that shit.
So much gravy time.
Well,
It is something I've come to expect, having travelled with Etheria.
It's gravy time.
It is not rude. It is just something private that they wish to say, not out loud.
Oh, so like the message.
apologies. Yes, I have that talent.
It's good.
Stuff that I wouldn't like to bore you with.
I know. Looks at Faze. You do not trust myself and Alexio just yet.
We've just met.
Yet.
See?
Yeah, this was more. I picked up this recently, and I still don't know what it is.
Cymbaline's right close to you and is looking at your amethyst eye. It is you have a gemstone for an eye, my friend.
Yeah. I still don't know why.
Well, it's quite the connection, is it not?
Gravy time.
Do you think we should have asked Excelia, would Ian and Alexander?
Would you not consider yourself a
Cheers, Emrys. Ectelio Mir, they are a very wise and knowledgeable bard, it is told.
Well, if we can distract them from them, I guess.
Great and powerful being that wants to see the world through your eyes. You've got to consider that.
These it.
Kawa.
What?
Jesus Christ.
Babe, did it. Thank you, you lunatic. somebody roll a dice. Somebody roll a dice. Roll initiative. Let's do this.
No, I don't want to. Wait, we have re-rolls.
We might die.
Thank you very much, babe.
Oh.
Can I say babe? Babe? Thank you very much, babe. Did it.
Baby did it. Baby did it.
I
Baby
don't
did
really
it.
know what to do now. That's anyway.
Thank you.
I forgot what we're playing.
So, roll.
Kids are going to university. Yeah.
Yes. They're not. If you meet some. Thank you very much, babe. So, I've no idea where we were.
No.
Sitting in the
Ask
old time round.
Ectelio. He was on about asking Ectelio. Yes. Ectelio Magno. He's very, well, he's the bard of Atoria, so. It is a good idea.
If you can get him to stop looking at himself for long enough to answer the question.
I don't believe I've ever seen Ectelio look at anyone else but themselves.
How do they judge then? Because surely beauty and things like that, you need stuff to compare it to.
No, not if you're you believe yourself to be incomparable.
Good point.
I am merely just a wandering cat.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I'll ask them next time I see them.
Do that. So, another round?
Sure.
Simba goes back to the bar.
Water for me, please.
Tea.
I understand. Just looks at you both, goes to the bar. And you see the dark-haired lass behind the bar putting more ales on this tray. Ectelio's Guildhall.
Hey.
Althea, you and Remy are sat there in perfect, like absolute, not awkward whatsoever. You in your full plate, him in his little oversized robe with alchemical concoctions on a bandolier. Cheers, Califro. It's busy, it's getting around. There is, let me change the music a little bit. You both get something to eat and something to drink, and the people in the guild start to move around and prepare things. Music starts to play, it's a little bit soft. The stage is magically created into a small, very obvious forest theatre. Like, you know, the rolling trees on pulleys that someone will pull along and the trees go past. It's very obvious that they've gone for that aesthetic rather than using magic to create a true illusion of forest and such. And by the looks of it, most of the people in the guild, at least that are near the stage and move close, are loving the fact that it is simplistic. There is a manual effort to it, and then the sparks and glitter and such that goes around the stage as the first troupe of dancers performing. There are several flowers that float around them, a couple of roses and a couple of lilies. And the two dancers that are performing a very formal, very close, moving almost a ball dance. What?
That's just another 5 gift subs from an anonymous donor.
Thank you, anonymous donor. Thank you. Ridiculous.
Jesus.
Is
Look,
it anonymous?
like-
What if it's actually anonymous?
yeah, what if their
Yeah.
name is anonymous? I knew an anonymous. Thank you very much. It is super appreciated and going straight into McDonald's. I mean, into the channel. Thank you very much. It's super appreciated. As this formal dance begins on the stage and the forest on the pulley system, no one pulling the wheels, the magic's pulling it, but you see the trees kind of go around on this little pulley system, and the two orcs that are doing this formal dance, the roses follow one and the lilies follow the other, and it's very nice, it's pretty, it's slow.
Whilst this is
How's
happening,
that happening?
keeping an eye out for the descriptions. That
So
I've
cool. Give me a perception check.
14.
Let me turn that down a bit. That's super loud. 14.
Yeah.
There's nothing jumping out from a description, but you do hear to your right, in the direction of Remy, a piece of parchment being unrolled, and
Oh,
as Remy holds the piece of parchment passed to him by Sketch, the ultimate wingman.
no. Here we go. We're about to be embarrassed live on the internet.
You're not the one that's read it.
I'm ready, AT. Just go.
It's not. Let's not build it up. Althea.
Yes.
So, I was talking to FaZe and Raya and Sketch Belk. I don't know who this person is.
Carry on.
And apparently we care for each other, and something should be said about it. I told them I cared for you, but they got a bit pushy with it. So I tried to write some things down. They said to write how I feel about you. That's right, you just gifted subs to this. I tried to write something for you. With no dragons around here.
But there are no dragons in Colossus, but there are teenagers.
But there is Hollyoaks. Remember Brookside? Anyone old enough to remember Brookside? Oh God, I've just lost every follower. So. But,
well, actually, we've gained another 3 since you started this love letter. So
Keep going.
But Sketch gave me this. It's a lot shorter than what I wrote, but I've read it a few times and it's quite punchy.
Okay. So is this from you or from Sketch? Can I just so I can process this properly?
It's from Sketch.
Okay. To me?
I think so. Yeah, he asked me to read it to you. So
Okay.
I don't know if he's just wants me to put in a good word, but I'll read it and then that's right, Edward. Two can play this game. Roses are red, shanks cut deep. When I think of you, my heart takes a leap. And scene.
I love how the music was perfectly timed.
6 months I've been practicing that.
Yes. That's
So, I mean, it's quite nice.
yeah, that is nice.
Is this Sketch new? Like, I've not seen him. Are you and him?
I don't honestly know who he is.
Why is he? Well, he seems quite keen on you.
He said that you wrote me. Did you write me a letter, or is it just this one?
Yeah, I wrote you some stuff, but like Sketch took it off me and asked me to give you this, and he was quite adamant. He had a knife. Like I was. I mean.
What did you write down?
Really?
Oh yes.
Fucking. The dragon comes through the door.
There are no dragons in Colossus. Try me, bitch.
There are now.
Well, FaZe just said to write how I feel about you, so I was like, I like that you're strong and that you're fast and that you can fight and that you can do loads of push-ups that I can't do. I think you'd probably stand in the way of someone trying to stab me and I'd stand in the way of you, but then you'd push me out of the way. I like that you're like a sister to me. It's great. It makes me feel comfortable.
Why was it cute up until that moment?
I like it. Alfie, like that's what I was trying to tell them, that I do like you. They just got really weird about it.
Althea just says, "Yeah, that's lovely. What makes you so sure that I would stand in the way of someone trying to stab you? Just so."
Well, you kind of pulled me out of the way a lot when we were in that mountain and pushed me around and stuff. I saw it as, a place of care. I mean, you were quite aggressive about it, but I didn't die. I mean, were you trying to push me in the way? And he looks a little bit shocked.
No. I'm glad that you know that I want to protect you. And I'm glad that you feel protected. Those are really nice things. Thank you, Remy.
That's all right. And I hope that you see me like a brother, because I didn't have any siblings, so.
I had a brother, actually.
Did you?
Yeah. Obviously, I left him when I left home. But yeah, I do miss him, actually.
Okay. Well, maybe we can.
Turn back.
Maybe we can go, see him one time. Leo comes over and has a platter like a long silver plate, and there is food delicately prepared on it of fishes and meats, and there are fruits around the fishes and meats, and there is a single rose on top of it, and he presents it to you both. Warrior of the Sands, Master Alchemist, I present to you a gift from your friend over yonder, and points over to the bar where you see the half-elf that was hanging out with Remy earlier, and just waves.
I'll just wave and beckon them over.
They shake their head.
I'm like, no!
Just does this, you know what I mean? It's okay.
Does your friend not want to come and sit with us?
And Remy turns, waves out, and they put their hands down, and they come over. Oh, Remy, Althea, I thought you were having a private meal, and looks across at Althea.
No. I'm just sitting here with my brother.
Oh!
Oh my god.
Even in D&D it burnt.
Everyone wants this to happen apart from Remy.
Althea doesn't know well.
Your
Is
brother?
it Remy or is it AD? Like,
It's avoiding the awkward romance in D&D. It should never happen.
So I'm going to wait for Eddie. Yes, I'll sit with you. Just kind of looking, as they slowly sit looking at Althea, waiting for Althea to go, no, but you let them sit.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you all sit. As time passes, another troupe of entertainers take the stage, and this time it is a beautiful mountain range with a purple sky and snowflakes of violet as they just float down onto the stage. The music is very upbeat, and it is those that were in the dark purples before with the dwarf and the humans. And they perform this wonderful ballet dance, and it goes from a deep rumbling, and they slow their movements down until the dwarf represents being the mountain, and the humans climb the mountain to the sky, and they are reaching out to the snowflakes. It goes on, it's quite a quick performance, but the way they present it, like Remy, yourself, a lot of people around the way kind of just can't help but pause a little moment as the dwarf starts doing very stompy things on the stage. Look at me type stuff. And it is a beautiful representation of someone climbing a mountain and reaching for that is just out of reach. It goes quiet, there's an applause, and they leave the stage while it is prepared for another section or two. Alexander comes over. You are with Fizz, yes? This huge orc from Savai, grey skin, and a red mark across his face.
Alexander.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, I am.
Where is she now? At the old White Ram?
Yes, with the rest of our little group.
Why are you here?
Just following up on or confirming something that Glatonius said that we don't know whether it's true or not. It was sort of necessary that one person stay behind to watch these performances this evening.
Wise.
I've heard Bjorn said when he spoke to a couple of members of the troupe that performed just now, actually the ones in the purple, that the troupe that we are looking for have had in the past, they've sort of burst in and taken over a performance. They've barged in and performed their own show, and that was kind of what I was making sure didn't happen tonight, and if it did happen I would want to witness it.
Alexander looks around as you're just saying this. Are you fine talking in front of these two? And points at Remy and his friend.
No. Shall we go find somewhere?
Remy's like, and the half-elf just puts his hand on the shoulder of Remy. Let her go. But, like, we will eat. Althea, you go. Enjoy. And you just hear, like, some curses in Elven to Remy, like, you stupid boy. As you walk with Alexander, he takes you to his office. the large oaken door that just a bit of a stands out like a sore thumb in this beautiful marble-esque guild hall. As you step through the doorway and it closes behind you, it reminisces. The floor becomes sand. There is a smell of blood and sweat in the air. The furniture in front of you are crates and hay bales and barrels, and it reminds you of sitting in the pens in the smaller arenas in the north of Vitoria. Still, it's quite fresh and clean, like a new arena type thing. It's comfortable, it feels homely and very, very just... You're zoned in. This is your world, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
Alexander looks pleasantly surprised at the display before him, even though it's his office, and he goes and sits on one of the larger barrels and just gestures for anywhere for you to sit.
Yeah, take a seat.
I am aware of the replacing in our jobs further afoot. It is why I asked Faze to look into it and report back to me, but I've heard a name, Gunnar, been mentioned a few times around here, mainly from your very subtle friend Bjorn, asking the dancers.
Yes, I believe that was not half an hour ago. He was doing so.
So the idea behind me asking your friends was so I didn't give it away, as I am well known in Buxy Bay. But so far I have been told where Pelios resides, the Blue, there is a bounty on his head, for it is said he has an involvement with the troop. If I know where he is, so do bounty hunters. The dancers have come to me to tell me of someone asking of this Gluttonius, the dwarf, this greedy cretin that spends time in Buxy Bay. None of these did I expect to come from the mouths that they did. People are talking about it at the bar as if casual conversation. You're of no use to me if your friends die. I would very much like to speak to Pelios the Blue. Alive. If dead, I can arrange things. You go on.
If you've spoken of information that possibly, coming from unexpected mouths, though we've caused a stir, as it were, and not been as subtle as some of us perhaps should have been. However, if you want a conversation with Pelios, it cannot happen here. You will need to provide us with a location to bring them to, for you to speak to them, or give me some kind of way of communicating with you when we have them somewhere safe. If you're saying that we are not being subtle enough, I'm not going to walk him through a guild house.
Just south of here, if you head down to the docks and head southwest along the coast, there is an old cove. It's more a playground for youngsters these days, but there are caves and such within it that we can talk privately and away from prying eyes of Buxy.
How would you like me to get a message to you once we are headed to those coves?
Your Dragonborn friend tried to message Ectelio earlier. Have them message me.
Okay. If we were to pass by outside, they would send you a message and you would meet us there?
Almost immediately. I would make my way there, yes.
Okay, that sounds simple enough. Was there anything else you wanted to discuss other than inadvertently telling us we need to be more subtle?
Not for now. Insight check.
I'd say we do have like 500 rerolls.
I got a 17.
He's definitely holding something back. He's not lying or being, horrendously deceitful. But when you said anything else, there was a pause, and then he chose not to carry on.
Whilst we are here, honestly, if there was anything else you wish to ask of me or anything you want me to relay, please do say. We might not get another opportunity like this if we are to start being a lot more covert. We might not be able to come back in here for some time, for instance.
Your eyes. Every one of you carries a mark.
I don't. Oh, wait, I'm not there. Sorry.
Yes,
Voice
I
on the
believe
wind.
so.
4 pigeons down.
Just gesture. So I'm assuming you mean the purple.
Yes. Where did you receive it?
We. Has anyone told you how we met as a group?
Nope.
We all ended up being brought together by some amulets that we were wearing. We all came from, well, in pairs. We came from separate sort of corners of Colossus, I suppose, and ended up on the top of a mountain looking through what seemed to be some kind of elven ruin. We were wearing these necklaces when we were there, and then when we got to a room that seemed kind of like an observatory, almost studying constellation magic, not something I'm familiar with at all, but it was star magic. The roof kind of opened up to reveal, that's the one, to reveal a night sky, and it was almost like the necklaces they wanted to return to the sky. We took them off, we threw them, and they returned to the sky, and then when they did so, we got an eye, as we all did that individually. One of us didn't do that, and later on, the necklace tried to return to the sky of its own accord, almost killing them.
You see him think for a little while, and then he summons in front of him a book, not dissimilar to that of Velk's. The floating book in front of him. It is thick, but it looks ancient, whereas Velk's had a almost not new, but the brass clasps around the corner of it and such. This is an old tome, like the pages are rusty, even though it was summoned and you can guess there's a magical hardiness to it. It does feel like if you reached out and touched the paper, it'd just crumble.
Yeah.
You see Alexander, this massive orc, just flicking through in the air and the pages turning without touching them. And then you see him lean over and he's running his finger again without touching the pages down. This mark you bear, these amulets, this story you tell. And he's looking at, and he starts pointing at some of the words on there, and they're in Draconic, which I don't believe you read.
No, I'm celestial and common.
And he basically shorthands it to 6 will walk the mountain. They will carry the mark upon their eye. 1 will refuse. What's this? I don't understand that bit.
If you don't understand it, as in you can't read it or the words don't make sense, I might be able to add some clarity or context.
I don't know the word. However, it refers to a tale of an entity known as Nerakai.
And what is this entity? What are they known for? Where did they come from? Where did they go?
Con-eyed Joe!
Joe!
Purple-eyed Joe. There we go.
Give me all the information about this thing.
About the plane of water, that reaches down. They are born of the tsunami.
Born of the tsunami. Are they? Does that mean they're some kind of water deity or ocean?
It's not dragon, but there is serpent, drake, wyvern. The word dragon is mentioned, but it's clear that it's not a dragon.
Okay.
It is just some creature that has received many names akin to.
And that is the race is Nerekai, or Nerekai is a being of that race.
I believe it is the name. And again, he's flicking through the pages.
So Nerekai are a race of water.
No, Nerekai is a name of
Oh, a
an
name
entity.
of. Okay.
So you are marked by Nerekai, is what I pull from this story.
And what would the mark? What does the story say that the mark is for? What is the reason for us having them?
Just says you are the 6. One of you refused, or will refuse, or has refused. It's a bit unclear. If you make 7, one of you will be forgotten.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna have to take Remy home, aren't I?
Remy
Okay,
is the
well-
alchemist.
Remy is the alchemist. He came with me from the House of Pelios on the original, not Pelios, Patrice. There we go. It's your fault. All the names sound the same. The House of Patrice, on my original reason for travelling to Buxy Bay, which has long since been forgotten, because we ended up on this mountain that you seem to have mentioned first, and there are 6 of us. And he has been sort of our 7th tag along. I'm unsure as to whether he's suited for the journey. But yes, there is truth in this story that you tell. It rings true of a lot of things that we've experienced, and what's happened to us so far. We ended up on a mountain. We are 6. We have amulets, etc. I am not the most studied, but there are definitely people in our group that I could perhaps pass this information on to. What would you... Does the story say anything negative? Is there anything that we need to know about being marked by Nerekai?
Only that you're marked. There's not a lot more. It's a story of history, not... Seems to... I will continue to read.
Okay. Then I will leave you to do that. I'll continue to watch the rest of the performance, and then if I don't see you before I go, I'll be heading to the Old White Ram. And I'll make sure to tell my friends that we need to be more discreet with our inquiries.
Indeed.
And
If it works for you, fine. It was more an observation than a warning.
yes, I understand. If this evening, and by the end of today, we'll know if it's worked or not. Put it that way. If we don't have the people that we're looking for by the end of tonight, we will be exploring other avenues because it hasn't worked. But if we do, there is a likelihood that we are going to, one way or another, meet the people that we're looking for.
Okay. Well, enjoy the show. And I will enjoy this. And just looks around the arena-flavoured office room.
That's very cool. How do you do that? Is this just part of your magic? Is it something that you've always done? I've never seen it before.
I do not. It is yours. This was once Ectelio's room of work, and it is simply arcanely gifted to present to those who wish a more familiar surrounding. I've never mastered it myself, but Ectelio is... Well, she's very different to me.
It's just a neat trick. And she'll step out the door.
He is full of them.
If you have a way, like Etheria does, of talking through my mind, can you let me know as soon as you find out anything about this Nerekai in that book? If you find anything before I leave, I'm sure they would be all... can't make anything of it, but they will be interested to know.
You hear in your mind, I do, and I will.
Thank you. And she'll head back to the other 2.
Cool. Remy is loving this. Like, this is exquisite. This wonderful dish. As he's eating through it, the half-elven chap is just shaking his head, just getting a migraine. The lights dim. The globes of light around the hall dim. Sorry, right with you. I think it's
I'll still be looking to see if there's anyone like
Yep.
goes by the description of Gunnar or the female orc or just eyes like meerkatting around at people.
Just need this to play. Can you hear that?
Yes. Harpy bird song.
Yeah. So that begins to play in the hall. The globes of light dim, and those in the red and gold take the stage. The stage itself has become a forest. What starts off as the almost cardboard cutouts that are on the stage getting pulled backwards and forwards, they slowly begin to take a almost realism. The bark becomes textured and prominent. The leaves begin to grow from the artwork that was originally some kids' craft for macaroni. And you see a true forest of evergreen, of pinks, of blues and greens and orbs of light upon this stage, completely as the light all around in the hall dims and dims to focus upon this stage. Those of the red and gold, the elven and the humans, come together and they begin to dance upon the stage. There are sounds of the forest, of the birds, of a meditative harp going on, and they just move slowly through. And they begin to form a almost chair-like shape. And from the back, floating, fluttering pink wings and a teal glitter around their wings, comes a pixie, which you immediately recognise as someone who has worked their physicality similar to yourself, despite them being a foot high. They are not covered in weapons, but instead they are in a beautiful orchid purple ball gown that is fitting to their top and shows off the effort they've put into their physique on the top half. The bottom half is covered by this long flowing, and it twists like an ice cream swirl around from waist to the bottom of the feet. And they float over the top of the red and gold ballet dancers. And they essentially mimic, sitting in this chair, their arms out at either side of them. Glittering dust above their head, the same orchid purple of the dress begins to form into a tiara-like crown and rests upon their head. And from behind them comes Ectelio, surrounded by 3 mirrors in front of them. And they look to each mirror as they're walking from the back of this stage out of shadows. You pretty sure there's just a wall back there, but Ectelio is walking back from the back towards the front of the stage. The red and gold dancers spin and turn away, leaving this pixie in this beautiful gown just floating there, still sat legs crossed, arms either side, not needing the physicality of the dancers around them. And they spin around Ectelio. Ectelio just rests 2 fingers on either shoulder of this pixie. The mirrors come down in front, and where you can see the back of the mirrors, what you can assume the pixie and Ectelio can see is a reflection of the pair. And water rushes out of the mirrors and swirls around the pixie and Ectelio, just in this silent movement, almost like Tai Chi sort of meditative movements. The water moves around the pixie and Ectelio. Give me a perception check.
Natural 20 plus 1 to the
Ooh.
I see through space and time.
As Ectelio stands back and the mirrors rise and come behind Ectelio, you now see the reflection of the silver and gold tunic and robes that Ectelio wears, the long dark hair flowing almost to the waistline. You see the pixie close their eyes. The tiara becomes metal and forms an almost armour-like band, and then a sheen of metal goes over the back, and a plume of pink feathers and fur come out the top. Armour begins to form all around this pixie in almost a natural material like woods and stones, but it forms the similar armour to what you're wearing, the caress and the shoulders and the form to your shape. When you just look to your right, just something catches you out of your right, and you see a dart shoot across the gap between the end of the bar and the stage and hit the pixie in the neck. This small dart. What you see is a small creature the size of Velk, Leo, the gnomes, tucked at the side of the bar with a blowpipe. They're covered in reds and gold robes similar to those of the dancers, and as they do that, they step back behind the bar as if to disappear from your sight, immediate sight. No one really notices. Monologue
I'm
first.
steaming over to them. Sorry,
Cool.
monologue first.
That's fine.
Monologue
Monologue first. No one really notices, and the pixie puts their hand to their neck and slops to the ground, maybe a foot as they were floating, thuds into the ground, trying to push themselves up weakly. Ectelio reaches down, and on your natural 20, with your mighty +1, you also notice that as Ectelio picks up the pixie, it's the first time you've seen Ectelio touch anyone else, they still do not make eye contact with Etheria, and they keep their eyes on the mirrors floating around them. This is Ectelio, yeah. So they don't make eye contact with Aranel.
Okay.
They pick up Aranel, keep their eyes on the mirrors, and they walk off the stage towards Alexander. Everyone's a little bit like, what? No idea what's going on. They don't know if it's part of the dance or anything. Ectelio waves their hands. The lights go boom, 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 and the guild hall is lit up again. What do you do?
As soon as I see the dart come from that creature and hit Aranel, I'm steaming over to that creature, pushing people out of the way, like getting to it as quickly as I can, like using my strength and my speed to steam over to it and just squash it, like stabilize it, make sure it can't fucking move.
That's a lot in one roll. Give me an athletics check.
But that is a unnatural 20, 14 plus 6.
Cool. You immediately off, just like face palm Remy as a springboard to get
anyone,
going.
I don't care.
Everyone in front of you, you shoulder through. The crowd not expecting a bulldozing ex-gladiator to come flying through. You just storm through. As you get to the corner of the bar and go around to see where this small assassin attempt is, there is a portal of magic on the wall, as if someone has just drawn an outline. And this portal is about 3.5, 4 foot high. And the creature is, like, as you come round, this is all obviously happening very fast, is just going through it. Do you follow through?
I grab them. I make sure they don't go through.
That's not why I asked you.
Is there no way that I can stop them going through?
Not where they are, because they had an advantage on you, the fact that they were ready to escape. You've run across the room, round the bar to get to them. They're at the portal, so your choices are follow them through to grab them on the other side.
Yeah.
Or let them go through.
Is anyone, I know this is quick, is anyone watching me? Has anyone seen what I'm doing?
This is all happening in seconds. Like, people probably, like, but, like, are you stopping to look around and make sure anyone's looking?
No,
like,
I'm gonna,
this is snap fast.
As I dive through, I'm gonna say, tell Remy, and just say tell Remy, and then dive through with them.
Cool. As you get to the edge, give me another athletics check.
17, 11 plus 6.
You leap and full-on spear tackle this creature into the portal, and you hear that boof, similar to when you were teleported before to the mountain, but you feel something, you know, a small creature. You fought gnomes and halflings and such before, so you're used to this humanoid shape. And as you are tumbling through a void of whatever it is, you come skittering out onto the other side, bumping on stones. You've got in your hands this small creature, the red and gold robes kind of wrapped around their face, and you skitter in, and you bounce along the floor, and you look around you, and you're in a large hall room. It still looks of Victorian design. There are pillars around the hall. It's circular. as you have a quick look, you notice it reminds you of the indoor arenas where the rooms were built to have like water come in or acid or that sort of let's make it better than sand where folk with magic would get involved instead of a just straight up fight. You have a quick look around, you don't recognise the arena itself, and as you tumble away and you see the robes fall away from this creature's force, you see that they are a gnome. They've got a thick bite mark, full of bite marks nose, chunks missing out their ear. They've got scars along their face. Their right eye is nearly closed. They've got chunks of hair missing. The scars on their head where hair would grow, but the scar is preventing it. They look like a real piece of nasty work that you've seen in Quago before, up north. That's where the rough and tough go. They've got no skill or talent, but they'll fight until they die or the other person dies.
Yeah, all for the money.
And as you're grabbing around at the entrance and you see the portal behind you close, at the entrance somebody walks in. They're tall, they've got very broad shoulders, they've got long dark hair that rolls around like a mane on their shoulders. They are in a tunic that kind of V's, a very open V down to the front, and hangs in front of them, so you can see their thighs and their calves and their arms, and this person has done nothing but look after their physique since they were born. They are chisel jawed, they are standing proud, they look across to you both and just look completely shocked. You don't recognise this person, you've never seen them before, and they just look as surprised to see you two as this creature is surprised that it just got tackled going through a magic portal. And that's where we're going to leave the session.
No. Dun-dun.
Oh my
Wanna go
god!
the outcome?
No, you don't. You're going to get loads of shit next week. Right, so normally we'd crack on a little bit longer, but I got to get off tonight. So, I don't know where to start. Jesus Christ, if you're still watching, all the people that threw in follows and bits and subs and leave the session. Yes, Gravebed. We've been at it 3 hours and I got 3 kids. But yeah, so we'll be back next Monday. I mean, there's more D&D. We've got D&D tomorrow, which is the other campaign we do in the same world of Colossus. We've got a Cyberpunk game on Thursday. That's also streamed, and we've got Vampire the Masquerade starting next Sunday, and then we're back next Monday with session 8 of this campaign. So if you like D&D and you've liked my bald head shouting story stuff, please come and check us out. And then you can come back next Monday and watch the gnome beat the lies out of Althea. So
No.
what?
No.
What? Assassin and a gladiator walk into a random guy's house. So again, thank you so much. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's so humbling. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed a little bit of story you got to hear tonight. Join us on Discord. There's loads of social media. Just check it out. Push the buttons under the stream. I'm not going to give you the spiel. It's super appreciated. Please just accept that. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Where is Velk? Nobody knows. It might be a little
It's no
assassin.
one will know.
Little assassin in Althea's arms. Eddie, I need you to do an NPC voice for a minute. So yeah, take care of yourselves. Thank you so much. I could spend the next hour just saying thank you, but it is super appreciated. So please take care of yourselves. Enjoy the stories we tell. Enjoy the stories you're playing yourselves. And yeah, if you don't come back, thanks anyway. Fucking brilliant. Lovely. Thank you very much. Right, you monkeys. Say good night, players.
Good night, players.
Night, players.
See you later, folks. Bye-bye.